County a rivalry game to send us into postseason play next week. Avon and Danville, presented by Endeavor Communications, and it comes your way next on ISC and My Indy TV. High school basketball on ISC and My Indy TV is presented in part by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine, inspired by your competitive spirit. By Ivy Tech, check out the most affordable way to earn your college degree and start a high-paying career at ivytech.edu. By the Indy Card Exchange, Indiana's source for vintage and modern sports cars. By Old National Bank, your bank for Indianapolis. And by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender, Indiana's hometown mortgage lender. The Barber Shop has evening hours in Danville. This is the home of Brian Barber. It's been the home of a lot of sectional championships over the last 15 years. In fact, Danville has won 3 of the last 4 sectional titles in 3A. Avon was a 4A sectional champ a couple of years ago. Their records are different this year. Avon just 5-13. Danville comes in at 14-3. But again, both these teams feel like they can have postseason success.
I think the word for me, Greg, is react. How is Danville going to react to a rare loss? How Avon's going to react to a win? So how will both teams react to those situations tonight?
It's an Avon team that's been playing a bit undermanned this season. Their top 2 of their top 3 scorers not playing tonight in Mitchell O'Mara and Koba Bakayoko. But Krishan McCray is certainly capable of putting on a show.
Yeah, no question about it. They're very athletic, and this is only going to give their bench a chance to get better going into tournament play.
And this is a Danville team that won 22 games last year, but graduated 4 seniors, graduated 48 points, and here they are, 14-3 yet again. Brian Barber, he's had 8 consecutive seasons of 15 wins or more, even in a shortened campaign. They can hit that mark tonight.
You know, we talked about Mr. Holmes last night, averaging 18 wins per season. Hey, how about Mr. Barber? Same thing, 18 wins per season.
Nothing but success here at Danville for Brian Barber. We'll take this quick timeout when we come back. Keys to this game and starting lineups, not to mention the opening tip-off to our regular season finale. Thanks for joining us. Presented by Endeavor Communications here on ISC and My Indy TV.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Inspired by your nerves of steel and the nerves and joints that help our bodies go. Inspired by your return to battle and vanquishing your hand and wrist pain. Inspired by longer walks and breakthrough joint replacements that keep you in step. We're inspired to deliver the best in orthopedic care because at Franciscan Health, we're inspired by you.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
We'll get to the starting lineups in a matter of moments. Let's get straight to our keys this game, presented by Old National Bank. Committed to Indianapolis with their enthusiastic and energetic team of associates, provide an equal client care and solutions. Voted one of the world's most ethical companies now for 10 consecutive years, and thankfully when the lights went out, I've got this memorized. Member FDIC. So with that, Avon, it's about shot selection.
Well, they don't shoot free throws incredibly well, so tonight, really take care of the ball and get the best shot you can, Greg.
On the flip side for Danville, and again, you'd think maybe the smaller school in this matchup would want to slow it down. That's not how Danville plays.
No, they average 76 points a game, and after that loss, I think they want to do what Danville does so well, turn up the heat.
Starting lineups presented by Encore, 55-plus boutique apartments, full service without the high prices. Go to liveencore.com to schedule your personal tour. There you see the starting five. Kobe Ward is averaging a double-double, the 6'2 senior, 21 points and 11 rebounds a game. Tyler Dawson, a young man that likely has a Division I football future as a tight end. And Brady Ruggles, like a lot of schools, they've got to move in from the Chicago area this year. He's provided great depth for the Warriors. For the Avon Orioles again, Krishan McCray is their leading scorer. Dominique Williams and Daniel Eck provide some size, and Eck has come on of late as a three-point shooter.
I think if I'm Avon, I'm going to just be as athletic as I can. Hang around the rim and you have nothing to lose. Get ready for tournament play by playing your best game tonight.
An absolute all-star officiating crew. And the young man that is going to throw the ceremonial opening toss for tonight's contest, young man that's a student here at Danville High School, was a multi-sport athlete, is recovering from a car crash at this time a year ago. He was recognized before the game, and you see the game ball that's autographed by everybody involved presented that young man, and that is Dan Morgan that is assisting him to the sideline. You hear the applause for everybody on both sides, and that is a wonderful thing that's been put together by Amy Harvey, the great athletic director, and the good folks at Danville High School.
That is just so special. I've seen the young man here early. They've been talking to him. Just wish him nothing but the best on his recovery. What a great thing that Danville did here tonight.
Well, like we said, tremendous officiating crew. In fact, 2/3 of this crew will work a girls basketball state final tomorrow. Dan Morgan, Mark Hopper, and Jason Ferguson. Tap is up and eventually tracked down by Zion Lindsay of Avon. Josh Davis has it now, and our regular season finale is underway at ISC and My Indy TV.
Boy, I just think if you're Avon, get off to a good start. Really get your momentum, get your rhythm going early.
2-1-2 zone employed here by the Warriors. And McCray will let fire from 21 and rattle the first one home.
Can't get any better than that for a start.
And he is a volume shooter. And with no O'Mara or Bakayoko on the lineup tonight, he's going to have the green light for most of the evening. Dostin goes to work. Can't answer at the other end. But it'll remain Danville ball. Again, Dostin has an offer now from Kent State. He is a junior. And what is unique about Dostin, again, he's got a tight ends build. That's what he plays on the football team for head coach Jamie Comer. But he averages over 6 assists a game. That's tied for 6th in the state. He proceeds to miss that floater in the lane, and Williams the rebound for the Orioles.
You know, the great equalizer if you're Avon is if you can keep Danville from getting very many second opportunities, really battle them on the boards.
Danville does have a bit of a physicality advantage in tonight's game. Lindsay playing the middle of that zone offensively. Now Davis fires, and that one's long. Wynn will track down the loose ball. And Wynn all the way down the floor and scores it.
And that's what Danville just does so well. You got to stop ball if you're Avon. Danville is good in transition as anybody.
Of the 9-player rotation, 5 are seniors for Danville. Wynn is one of those. And Davis took steps. And turnovers have been a bugaboo for this Avon team this year, which, given their experience at guard, it shouldn't be. But they average nearly 16 a game.
Yeah, I think you talked about some of their injury problem and different lineups. Somewhat assist to that. Averaging 17 a game, that's a bunch. Got to keep it under control tonight.
It's a team that had an 8-game losing streak snapped when they beat Martinsville earlier this week. But again, so many of their losses have been close. Of their losses, 9 have been by single digits. Fullwider's 3 does not go. Scrap for the loose ball, and Eck out of there with it for Avon. Quickly McCray flying down the floor. Now Williams going to work. Good move, just couldn't finish. And Dostin here averages 8 rebounds a game. Fullwider in transition for 3, too strong. And there's Kobe Ward, what he does. Had an opposing coach describe him as the best rebounding guard he has ever seen.
Well, that's got the quad, and you can understand why. Always has a knack for being around the ball, Greg.
He is 6'2", but averages over 11 boards a game. And Eck with the three. He's shooting 43% from three-point range.
Yeah, when I seen that today, I'm going, wow, I'd get him the ball quite a bit in the offense.
This is our first time seeing Avon since the new year. Ward from the free throw line. Not that time, and Williams the rebound for the Orioles.
But it's certainly the pace that Danville really likes. We'll see how Avon adapts to it.
Full wider picks up the foul. First foul whistled in the opening 3 minutes of this game. We saw Avon at the Sneakers for Santa shootout in a close loss to Rebuff. And we saw them play twice in the Paul Logan Memorial Tournament at North Central, where they split, losing to Hammond before then beating Park Tudor.
You know, you look at their first 3 games of the year, lose to Plainfield by 2, Rebuff by just 3, Hamilton Southeastern by 8. They really got off to a good start, but didn't have much to show for it.
Davis lets fire, and that does not go, but able to track down the long rebound. Davis, a 36% three-point shooter, and Eck connects again. It's an Avon team that makes just shy of 6 threes a game. They have made 3 in the first 3.5 minutes.
Well, we talked about getting off to a good start. If the 3 balls are a good start, go with it.
Dawson on his third try from mid-range got that to go. And pretty simple difference so far. 3 threes for Avon, 3 twos for Danville.
And a rapid start.
Orioles lead by a field goal. On the drive, Lindsay, no. And Wynn out of there with a loose ball. Avon, 76 points per game. They get after it offensively. Wynn left that one short.
Good check out by Avon, Greg. Really emphasized at that time on the defensive side. Good check out.
It's been a more deliberate pace from Avon, but I think that's more because of Danville playing it so, not because of Avon wanting to slow it down. That ball tipped off the top of the backboard and ended up being a break for Avon as Williams collects the loose change.
I'll tell you, Williams is a good lengthy kid. Really showed it there. Nice putback.
He is a 6'4 senior. As my partner pointed out, there's a lot of seniors on this Avon team, yet as an Avon squad that lost 3 players they thought they would have as Ruggles hits the triple. He's a 35% three-point shooter. And the Warriors back within 2. Danville, a 33% shooting outfit from three-point range. They make a little more than 4 a game. Now Eck from the wing, not that time. But again, the long rebounds going to the Orioles. McCray, the floater. Krishan McCray with 5.
I'll tell you, Avon's playing pretty well here early.
Well, the unique stat about Avon this year, in those 5 wins, 3 have come against sectional opponents. And you referenced that loss to Plainfield. That was the season opening game. That was by 2 in overtime. Plainfield has gone on to be one of the top 10 teams in the state of Indiana this year. Ruggles does not get the friendly bounce. Good blockout drill by Avon. Davis can take the physicality from Ward and keep on chugging. McCray, the line drive 3. He's got 8. And a full timeout taken by Danville. We'll step aside as well. Avon off to a torrid start. Orioles lead by 7. As you're watching, presented by Endeavor Communications on ISC and MyIndy TV.
The new year is almost here, and it's time to count down to a new beginning at Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is Indiana's best higher education value, offering flexibility, career-relevant programs, and thousands of courses, including online options. Complete a degree or certificate and start working right away, or transfer your credentials and credits and save thousands on the cost of a bachelor's degree. Wherever you're headed in 2021, Ivy Tech is the place to start. Classes begin in January. Complete a free application today.
The drive, the take, foul! And it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! You see Brian Barber and his staff. He is 18th amongst active coaches, 426 wins. Briefly at Riverton Park before coming to Danville. He has been successful here and then some. Warriors have made it as far as the semi-state on a couple of different occasions under Brian's leadership. Brayton McMahon checks in for Danville. Turnover by the Warriors. Driving scoop by McCray does not go, but there's Williams yet again. That is the fourth offensive rebound for Avon, and they have seemingly scored after every one of them.
I have one question for you. Avon, are you sure they're 5-14? Wow.
Again, they are a few buckets here and there from being an over 500 club against a great schedule. Ward backs his way down, got fouled by Lindsey. And Kobe Ward will shoot 2.
Wow, so much for Danville's keys the game being pushed to tempo. Avon looks super comfortable. Boy, this is a wicked pace for them, too.
And the thing is, even with a couple of key pieces out, Avon plays a lot of kids.
Yeah.
They do not mind playing this speed. So Ward to the free throw line. He is in the top 40 in the state in scoring at 21 points per game. He's in the top 15 in rebounding, and he's 6'2". He's not made a commitment yet from a college standpoint, but certainly is wanting to keep his playing days going. By the way, Peyton Jones has checked in as well for the Warriors, as has Caleb Stevens. So again, they will play 8 to 9. We'll see how deep Avon goes this evening. Their second leading scorer, Mitchell O'Mara, is here, but not in uniform tonight.
Well, Avon scored 73 against Mooresville, their highest total of the year in a win.
On the drive, left-hand layup does not go. That ball was knocked off the leg of an Avon player. Danville will maintain possession. Here comes Andrew Gray, 6'5 junior, 37% three-point shooter, replacing Dominique Williams.
The one thing I see about Danville right now is not quite as much movement as they normally have in their offense.
Dawson, good look. He's had nothing but good looks and has got none of them to fall. He's made one. McCray at the other end. Blocking foul is going to be the call, and Rashawn McCray will shoot 2.
But McCray really does a good job of just going up strong and in this transition hoop coming right at you. Now look how he makes the decision, just go right at it.
So Jones commits the foul, his first. So McCray to shoot 2, only a 54% free throw shooter. Tonight's game presented in part by the Indy Card Exchange. They have just moved. New location, 96th Street, just west of I-69 on the northeast side. They are actively buying collections from all eras of sports cards. IndyCardExchange.com for more info to see how you can make money off of your collection. And McCray makes one, misses one, gets you another board, and Eck is hitting everything.
Well, give McCray a lot of credit for that. Quick hand stole it. Give McCray the assist.
McCray, like a lot of these Danville young men, outstanding on the football field as well. Austin can't handle this.
Great hustle.
Great
Greg.
diving effort by McCray. Out of bounds to Danville.
How can you not be impressed with what this young man has did in his first period of play?
Between rushing and receiving, McCray was just shy of 900 yards this year for Avon in football. By the way, Timmy Pepper has checked in for the Orioles, 5'10 junior. And that 3 is good. Off the bench for Peyton Jones. Jones averages 1.5 points a game and got that to go. It's our third time seeing Danville this year. Had him here for a tight one. You and I did that game against Monrovia back in January. Gray for 3, not that time, but yet another offensive rebound. And now McCray lets fire. Good again.
My word.
We do not have a running total of points, second chance points. It's got to be about 15 at this juncture for Avon.
Avon is playing phenomenal.
Dawson, give it to him, and one opportunity for Tyler Dawson.
And I'd say right now, at least the last 2 minutes, Danville's really picked it up a notch too.
Danville does not want to have back-to-back losses going into the postseason.
Well, and that's what I posed the question at the opening. How would they react?
Dawson misses from the line. Neither of these teams are tremendous from the line. McCray! My goodness. What a quarter for Avon. McCray's got 15, and Avon puts up 28 in the opening 8 minutes. My goodness.
Man, he gets all 10s for style, too.
That kind of night so far for the Orioles. They lead by a dozen on ISC and My Indy TV.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com. Tonight's game on ISC and MyNDTV, presented in part by Ivy Tech Community College. Check out ivytech.edu to learn the most affordable way to earn your college degree and start in a high-paying career. This is the place for you. Check out ivytech.edu. 3 by McMahon does not go. Avon makes 7 threes in the opening quarter. 4 for McCray, 3 for Eck. Pepper trying to join the hip parade and does.
Wow.
One of those nights. Avon is making 6 threes a game. They've made 8 in 8.5 minutes. Ward trying to answer. Not that time. But Danville will just keep firing.
Keep launching, baby.
And Jones connects his second made 3.
I talked about earlier, sometimes it's amazing what a win can do for you. Even regardless who it's against or what their record was, a win is a win is a win.
Nick Walker in there for Avon. McCray got bumped by Ward. Ward picks up the whistle, and McCray will shoot 2.
Boy, he's just active. He's active. He's all around the hoop. He's just looking.
And that is something to, when we talk about Danville and you see the 11 by their name, number 3A, and again, they compete with a whole lot of 4A teams. But one thing you'll see is that there are probably few players that are as physical as Kobe Ward is as his size, but Avon has a lot of players that match kind of that level of physicality.
Completely agree.
Good look at Jeff Holloway, head coach at Avon. Led the Orioles to a sectional championship a couple of years ago. Before that, spent time at Muncie Central and tiny Union of Modoc. Jeff won a sectional there at Union as well, which is down to 84 students at this point. Ruggles lets fire. Didn't have that one lined up. Isaiah Hayes is in there for Danville. Fullwider's putback does not go. Eck the rebound, and McCray off to the races. Now Eck from 25, not that time. Will there be some regression to the mean here for Avon?
I love it. Just good shooting on both ends of the court.
Fullwider will pull and score. Braxton Fullwider's first bucket. He averages 7.5 a game. 6 different Warriors have scored, and it's now a 12-point game. Ward getting a breather currently for Danville.
I think you got to be a little bit careful. Shooting the 3 is so comfortable with it. Don't shoot yourself out of a game with it, too.
That shot's just fine. Putting that one up and in for Pepper. He averages 2.5 a game. Now he's got 5. Austin will check back in. Next stoppage and play for Danville. McMahon not there, and eventually McCray out of there with it. And McMahon will pick up a foul 75 feet from the hoop. 4th team foul whistled against the Warriors.
I can't imagine trying to guard McCray. He is all over the place right now.
So Williams returns. Eck will have a seat. Dawson back in. Isaiah Hayes' appearance was brief.
Greg, I don't blame the defense either. If you play a player like that, you just can't let him run wild. You've got to man him up a little bit, and that's what he's trying to do. So I personally don't disagree with the physicality of that.
The zone to start this game by Danville was a solid defensive ploy. They just couldn't rebound out of it. And hence now back to the man-to-man for Danville. Fullwider had that one slip right through his hands. McCray misses from the elbow, and then he got a little overzealous and going for the loose ball, and he is whistled for the foul. Love the sign of sportsmanship by players from both teams to help him up. That is his second, excuse me. And with that, he will check out as Josh Davis returns. You can give McCray a little time on the bench, knowing you've got a 14-point lead.
Yeah, and they got a great opportunity to take advantage of that right now.
Fullwider, not there. But Dawson collects the board. Jones again, yes sir. Some buckets from some unlikely sources tonight.
I guess so. We ought to get down there and see if we can shoot a three, Greg.
I could shoot one. It's the next one that would be the problem.
I love it.
35-24.
Really good basketball to watch.
Well, both these teams, from an offensive standpoint, getting into a rhythm for postseason play.
Of course, Danville will play Crawfordsville's had a pretty good season, so they got to keep their A game going.
3 on the wing for Gray does not go, and push in the back against Nick Walker. Picks up the foul for Avon. 4th team foul against the Orioles. In Danville, as you see, the last 3 connected upon by Jones. Jones off the bench with 9 for the Warriors.
See, look how quick he gets back for rebounding position. That's why he rebounds so well.
Danville plays in the sectional at Frankfurt. A lot of conference rivals in that group. Greencastle and Monrovia added in. Fullwider couldn't get it to go. Dawson gets the tip in. Dawson with 6. And how about this for a stat line? 12 points, 8 boards, 6 assists a game. And 57% from the floor. And this is back to a 9-point game. And again, this is a different offense for Avon with McCray on the sidelines. Williams gets downhill.
Oh, that's pretty.
Nice move.
That's very pretty.
4 for the senior.
Been relatively even since that big start for Avon early in that first period.
Nifty move, but left short. There was a meeting of the minds. A couple Avon players colliding, and there's enough contact there for Nick Walker to pick up the foul, his second.
Well, Avon being challenged here inside. Danville's really trying to get to the rim a little bit more here so they can get more of a clear look from the inside outside.
As McMahon goes to the free throw line, let's thank our friends at Indiana Members Credit Union. Proud to support high school athletes. Open a youth account at IMCU today and choose from a variety of high school debit card designs, because at IMCU, it's you that matters. McMahon has struggled at the free throw line this year. He is 4 of 16. And on the save, Williams finds Pepper. Gray, the trailer 3. This Avon team is playing without inhibition right now.
Sometimes playing loose can be a dangerous thing.
Dawson from the elbow can't get it to go, and McMahon had it, lost it. Walker fights for it. Jones with it, and one.
That's what energy will do for you. Stayed right with it, Greg.
This is not officially senior night for Danville, but for these seniors, it is their last game in this facility. Peyton is having a night to remember. He's got 11 in the first half.
Look at the energy here. Just stays with it, stays with it. Feet gets taken out, puts it in anyway.
Jones 7 of 10 from the line this season and connects on that one. And at 8 points, this is as close as this has been in a while. Zion Lindsay will bring the ball in the front court.
This is a career night and then some for Jones.
Runner down the lane, Walker, his first bucket. Both teams getting outstanding contributions from their bench in this one. And Ruggles got fouled by Lindsay, and that will send Ruggles to the free throw line, where he is an outstanding free throw shooter at 89%. That's Lindsay's second foul.
Danville probably does as good a job as anybody for a really good outside shooting ball club. They still have great court vision in the half court. When they see just a little bit of opening, they'll dribble drive on you just like that.
Danville as a team, 67% from the line, but Ruggles and Fullwider, their best 2 of their rotational players in terms of knocking them down for the stripe, but on cue, Ruggles makes them both.
Lead down to 8.
Last year, these 2 teams split. Danville won in the Hendricks County Tournament. Avon won the regular season finale. Blocking foul on McMahon, his second, but just the team's 5th foul. So no free throws coming here.
Pepper with a really good first step. Nobody really helped stop baseline from Danville on the backside. Foul was called.
If you're wondering why McCray's on the bench for Avon, he's got 2 fouls. He sat for the last 3 minutes. The lead has evaporated some, but not a lot, as Davis gets that bucket.
And Davis a big boy. when he goes in strong like that, that's a tough stop.
5'11", averages 9 points per game. And back to a double-figure lead for the Orioles.
He may be 5'11", but he's got shoulders of
Yeah,
a fullback.
right. He plays bigger. Full wider. Got it.
Tough shot.
I'm not sure he was the intended target of the pass, but it works out anyway for the Warriors. And again, because this is a Danville team that scores 76 a game, you don't want to be down early, but they know they've got it in them for a comeback.
Well, I think Danville, especially with Coach Barber, smart enough to know this was going to be a really challenging game.
Walker, not there. Great rebound by Lindsay. Left that short, and Ruggles will track it down. Again, the threes have slowed for Avon, but they've kept working the glass. Ruggles with the hard contact. Williams will pick up the whistle, and Ruggles will shoot two.
And that's exactly that vision I was talking about. As a team, really, really good. He's seen that. All he had to do was get by the first one. See, nobody helps out after that. Just takes it then right to the hoop. There's the foul.
So Ruggles, one more time to the stripe. His trip to the line presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine, where they believe every athlete deserves specialized sports care. From varsity starters to weekend warriors, our team of experts works tirelessly to prevent, treat, and rehab sports-related injuries. Franciscan Health Sports Medicine, inspired by your competitive spirit. Pepper and Walker take a seat. And at 6, this is as close as Danville has been in a while.
Yep.
Jones a dozen to lead Danville.
Well, Danville never panicked at all. Even after that big lead of Avon, they just kept playing their game.
McCray is back in with 2 fouls. He's got to be careful. Has his pocket picked by McMahon. And McMahon missed the layup. Kind of braced for contact that never came. That is a rare turnover for this game. Nice feed. Davis left it short. Dawson altered that one. Both teams leaving some points at the rim. Nice look by Dawson. You can see why he plays the point forward role for this team.
Great, great look inside.
And that lead has been as many as 14. It's been whittled down to 4 by Danville.
Boy, if you're Avon, you think get the last shot here and maybe take a little more momentum into halftime.
Williams missed it. Fullwider able to rebound it.
And they're going to leave Danville with plenty of time.
And Dawson don't want to wait for that last shot. He'll take his look at the rim. Dawson's got 8. 2-point lead for Avon.
What a comeback for the Warriors.
McCray's got 1 buzzer beater. Looking for another. He'll kick to Eck instead. Not that time. Well, Danville makes the run. They scored the last 8 points of the quarter. And this one, a high-scoring affair to be sure. 41-39, the Orioles lead. Oh, it's so nice to see fans at these games. We're back in a moment on ISC and my Indy TV. Retirement living doesn't have to be expensive. Welcome to Encore 55-plus boutique apartments, offering resort-style amenities for independent adults at normal apartment rates, not inflated independent living prices. Encore offers full service without high prices. We offer easy move and easy lease programs. Visit liveencore.com or call 317-570-1422 to schedule your tour. Don't wait, we're leasing up.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
There you see the 5 seniors in this 9-man rotation for head coach Brian Barber. Avon led by 14 in a couple of different instances, but Danville kept clawing their way back. They scored the last 8 points of the half, and it's a 2-point game going to halftime. Tonight's game is presented by Endeavor Communications. They offer high-speed service that businesses and residences need to stay ahead. Get the internet performance that makes it all happen ridiculously fast at WeEndeavor.com. Halftime show comes your way next. Orioles lead by 2 in the regular season finale on ISC and my Indy TV.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go.
With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Tonight's game on ISC and MyNDTV is brought to you in part by IMCU. At IMCU, it's you that matters. By the City of Carmel, proud supporters of the Greyhounds. By Ball State University, schedule a virtual visit at bsu.edu/visit. And by the City of Lawrence. Visit lawrenceindiana.com. Food worth the trip. We are in Danville tonight for a Hendricks County barn burner. 41-39, Avon leading Danville at the half. Avon 28 first quarter points, 7 made threes in the first quarter. That slowed a little bit in the second quarter because of Krishan McCray being out with 2 fouls. And credit Danville, they just kept firing.
Yeah, I don't think Danville did much wrong in that first period. It was Avon after just a blistering 28 points in that first period.
17 for Krishan McCray, 11 for Daniel Eck, but those two combined for 2 points in the second quarter. And it's Peyton Jones with 12 off the bench. He averages 1.5 points a game for Danville, 8 for Tyler Dawson to pace the Warriors as well. We'll take this quick timeout when we come back. First half highlights and more. Orioles lead it by 2. Presented by Endeavor Communications here on ISC and MyNDTV.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
At Ball State University, it's our responsibility to prepare you for anything. What we know about adversity is that we do not choose the time, but we do choose the response. We form a powerful bond among students, faculty, staff, and alumni with a deep desire to learn, to teach, to grow, to thrive, to fly. At Ball State University, with beneficence as our guide, we fly.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Brewer jams it home. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net. A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness.
122.60 for Penn.
What a swim.
Six of them.
Our halftime highlights are underway here on ISC and My Indy TV, presented by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender, Indiana's hometown mortgage lender. For all your home purchase and refinance needs, contact Bailey & Wood, 317-535-4804. And you're going to see a lot of made jump shots in this game, Jan.
I love shooting. Games where you see a lot of shooting. Doesn't always have to be a three, but just great shooting. Those are the best.
8 threes in total that were made by Avon in the first half. Danville countered with 4 made threes of their own. While you see the highlights roll by, let's talk about halftime adjustments. If you're Jeff Holloway and Avon, what, if anything, do you change?
Well, I think he's talking about, I don't think he's discouraging any shooting from three. You can't shoot that well and discourage that. But I do think you got to be careful of just not going for everything three. Dribble drive's got to be there at some point to draw that defense in.
On the flip side from Brian Barber, clearly your team has the momentum after being down 14 to get it back to 2. What's their outlook for half number 2?
I think he emphasizes, guys, the energy that you provided in that second period is why we are only a couple points away. Provide me that same energy in 3 and 4, we'll win this.
Both these teams certainly will have their focus after tonight on what takes place next week, but they want to make it another victory this evening heading into the postseason. Our score at the break, it is Avon 41, Danville 39. Third quarter action comes your way next on ISC and My Indy TV.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Oh, baby! That got me awake!
The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play.
The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest. The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest fan. Yeah.
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Final half of regular season basketball at ISC and My Indy TV. Avon a 41-39 lead presented by Endeavor Communications. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier, Josh Davis. Beautiful move. His second field goal. Well, these teams starting off where they left off at the end of the first half.
Well, I think the most important thing, really, and both coaches probably talked about it, energy. Got to play harder than your opponent.
This may be about as long of a possession as Danville has had so far. They get after it. McMahon, good look that wouldn't go. Great follow-up, though, and Jones again. He earns the start in half number 2, and he's got 14.
I don't know what cereal he had this morning, but I'd duplicate that come sectional time.
Drive and dish by Lindsey McCray, waiting for 3, and again, he was only slowed by 2 fouls, and Avon will take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. This 30-second timeout presented by Indy Card Exchange. They have just moved to their beautiful new location on 96th Street, just west of I-69. They're actively buying collections from all eras of sports cards. Follow on Facebook and Instagram. Go to IndyCardExchange.com for more info and see how you can make money off of your collection.
Well, I think Avon is really emphasized as well. Hey, guys, look what a really good start in that first half got us. Let's duplicate that in the second half, make it really difficult for Danville to catch us.
Mention the fact they've got victories over 3 of the 5 other teams in their sectional. Terre Haute North, Brownsburg, that's the big win that Avon has this year, even though Brownsburg's had a somewhat disappointing season. And Mooresville, like we said, that 2-point loss to Plainfield before Thanksgiving in the season opener.
Well, you see the potential of Avon. You see it here. Now, whether they can take a victory home or not, to be determined. Danville playing pretty well right now.
On the drive, the runner goes. Basket by Fullwider. And there's going to be just a quick talking to, hey, don't touch the ball. So, might have been a warning for a little talking as well. And Dan Morgan, the official, that has that conversation. And as I mentioned earlier, there is not a better officiating crew in the state than the 3 we have tonight.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Class people, just great officials.
On the drive, ball tipped away, but goes right to Lindsay. He turns down the 2, and Davis buries the 3.
Oh, my word.
That is number 10
I was gonna say,
that Avon has made tonight.
I wasn't going to say anything. I knew you'd get there.
Well, I was running out of fingers and toes. Rebound by Williams. 3 again, not that time. 4 new players getting ready to come in for Danville, including Kobe Ward, who was on the bench to start the half. And Ruggles doesn't mind the pickup feel of this one, lets it fly.
So much for Danville controlling the tempo. Throw that one out the door.
Yeah, Danville again. You cannot play too fast for Danville. Nice cut by Eck. And his shot is good.
Well, I like it. A little back cut for him, and then went to the hoop. Nice pass. Good bucket.
And Plainfield is the favorite in Avon sectional. Ruggles from the elbow. No. Plainfield has never won a 4A boys basketball sectional. Eck, the drive, and couldn't put enough English on it to keep it on the rim.
Boy, Eck has really been impressive in this game.
And his numbers are completely different and a full timeout to be taken by Danville. We'll finish that thought when we come back. 51-46, Avon leads midway through the third quarter. Presented by Endeavor Communications. You're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
The new year is almost here, and it's time to count down to a new beginning at Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is Indiana's best higher education value, offering flexibility, career-relevant programs, and thousands of courses, including online options. Complete a degree or certificate and start working right away, or transfer your credentials and credits and save thousands on the cost of a bachelor's degree. Wherever you're headed in 2021, Ivy Tech is the place to start. Classes begin in January. Complete a free application today.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
We are back. You have missed a couple of shot attempts by Danville. I thought that was a full-time, and it was not. My apologies. But a couple of missed shots by Danville. Rebound by Josh Davis. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. And Avon will inbound with a 5-point lead with 4:24 to play in the quarter.
I thought that timeout was interesting by Barber. What he wanted them to do. There was something that he wanted to change during that timeout. Let's see if we can figure it out what it was.
Davis, not that time, and Ward hustles for the loose ball.
This is a rugged pace. If anything, maybe just to give him a little bit of a breath.
Or just 4 points. That's part of the story tonight, too. And a rare turnover in tonight's game. Eck flying down the floor and He'll lay it up and in and got fouled. Wynn got him with a nudge. Eck, the and one.
Well, I just can't say enough good things about this young man. Running the floor, now going up strong. If this is what I like, if you're going to go up strong.
Ball State, we fly. Daniel Eck, he fly. And he has a chance for the and one. Eck with 13. He averages, or 15 rather, averages 6.5 a game.
Yeah, we're seeing numbers out here today. When you look at the sheet for Avon, you go, this is not what the sheet says. Multiple players are playing far better than they played all year.
Again, Eck is getting more of an opportunity in part because of the absence of Koba Bakayoko. Appeared in just 6 games, averaged 11 points and 7 rebounds a game. Wynn the step back, missed that one, but tracks down the loose ball. Can't finish. There's Dawson. He got fouled. That's on Williams, and Tyler Dawson will shoot a couple.
Dawson just plays. He's always around the ball. I know I've said that a couple times, but I just love to watch young men who just battle, and he's that guy.
Tonight's game presented in part by Chad Hart and the National Scouting Report. He works directly with college coaches on a daily basis to assist in the recruiting process. You've only got one chance to get recruited. Make the most of it by contacting Chad Hart and his team of local scouts at 317-441-4954 or email him, chardon@nsr-inc.com.
You know, Dawson, they got him listed at 6'3". That doesn't matter to him. He muscles, he just plays hard.
And steps are going to be called on Lindsey. Just the 4th Avon turnover. Avon's controlled their turnovers tonight. I've only got a combined 6 turnovers in the game.
Yeah, that's been impressive. And that's really what has helped their cause because it doesn't interrupt their momentum. Turnovers are just interrupt momentum like crazy.
Ruggles open for a moment. Couldn't get that to go, and Davis has been really solid tonight. Now McCray gets downhill.
Oh, that's pretty.
Outstanding in the open court.
That's just pretty.
Wynn at the other end. And Dominic Wynn gets his 2nd field goal.
I know one thing. You turn your head to go miss a shot.
Davis. You were saying? He's got 10, his 2nd 3.
This is beautiful. This is what basketball is about. You know this is my type of game.
There are no shot clocks in this building.
Don't need it.
A lot of modern gymnasiums have them even though they don't use them. No need for them here. That continues with Ruggles for 3, left that short.
At least for now, it's really interesting that Avon, quite honestly, is playing Danville's game, and right now with a 9-point lead.
And Avon is certainly capable of making some noise in that sectional. McCray, 25 for Krishad.
Wow.
And the lead is back to a dozen. And this is a quiet gymnasium right now.
I tell you, this has been as good a game, quite honestly, as I've seen all year. Just well played. Great officiating.
Ward, not that time. And that's last touch by Wynn. Now, I will give a history reminder for the folks at Danville. Avon thumped Danville in the regular season finale. We had that game as a 20-point game. It so set Danville back that they won their 3rd sectional in 4 years the next week. This is one you can kind of put away quickly if it doesn't turn, but I think this is huge for Avon.
No doubt about it. And when I was talking about the officiating, of course, you highlight how good they are, but the game's got a good flow to it. They call fouls when they need to, but the flow's not been interrupted.
Eck, not that time. Williams kept it alive, and Williams couldn't finish. Missed a 2nd opportunity, but Avon just keeps battling.
Well, Avon's doing something they haven't did all year, and that's really get on the offensive glass.
Ward finally able to secure that. Now Dawson got fouled. He'll shoot 2. Dawson to the free throw line. Dawson, one of 3 Danville players in double figures. That foul against Nick Walker will be his 3rd.
When he gets the ball, you got to know you've got to stop ball because if you give him an inch, he's going to the rim, Greg.
Tonight's game presented by Old National Bank, committed to Indianapolis with their enthusiastic and energetic team of associates who provide unequal client care and solutions. Voted one of the world's most ethical companies now for 10 consecutive years. Your bank for Indianapolis and member FDIC.
You know, this is a game also, Greg, where you really get to see what your bench is like because a lot of energy being spent. And so you got to get some more players in there in a game like this.
Dawson, a 60% free throw shooter, and go figure, he's 3 of 5 tonight. It's a 2-point lead at halftime. Gray just checked in. Why not? Let her go. Again, Gray is a 37% three-point shooter. Jan, I've got that as 13 threes for Avon this evening.
You're dead on.
I'm about to be out of fingers and toes here pretty soon.
I know one thing, if Avon plays like this.
Yeah, look out.
Look out.
And then a turnover by Danville. And Eck, body control and scores it. Now again, for Danville, they will not play a team with the athleticism that Avon has in their sectional. Some really good basketball teams as Davis blocked that shot from Fullwider. Davis again, but he traveled to get in position.
Yeah, took a hop. Good call.
So Danville has by far been the best team in that sectional for many years. Greencastle won the Wabash Valley Classic this year. Frankfort has their best team in several years. They've obviously got the home court advantage. And you referenced Crawfordsville, it's had a good season. We just saw Monrovia a few days ago. They drew the bye in that sectional, so that sectional's open for the take.
Yeah, it is. Monrovia can play you tough. They showed Danville that.
Jones, no. There's Ward. Just goes and gets it. And eventually, and one for McMahon.
Just stayed with it. Just pure desire.
And that's on Walker, his 4th.
You know, you can coach a lot of things, but for kids just to want to just battle and battle and battle and stay in there, maybe not the tallest, maybe not the strongest, the heart can do a lot of things.
Danville has had a 93-87 game this year. So just keep that in mind. Final look. Nope, not Walker. It'll be Eck instead. That does not go. Gray's crash could not get to it, and that is the end of the quarter. Well, after Danville had that closing stretch to end the half, Avon answers and pushes the lead to as many as 16. It's 14 going to the 4th, presented by Endeavor Communications on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa, from last to fast, and wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Oh, baby! That got me awake!
The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play.
The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and all season long on ISC and MyIndy TV. We look forward to going to the sectional round next week. We're heading to Tech for sectional number 10. Tech and Attucks on Tuesday at 7. The big game, Cathedral and LN. Number 3 versus number 4 at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. And those games online can be seen at ihsaatv.org. Ward got fouled. And again, it's not been a lack of effort from Kobe, but you may need your guy that's scoring 21 a game to, frankly, be a little more forceful in trying to get that ball to the rim.
Yeah, get a few more touches, I would agree. But you know, if you're Danville, even though you're down right now, you couldn't ask for a better game going into tournament play, you know? Really have a challenge. See what you're made out of going into the next game. And let's not forget, you know, they came off that loss. So I don't know how that's played into it. I don't think much, quite honestly. I just think Avon has played their A-plus game today.
Gray, the rebound, and got rid of it just in time. And there's Walker camping in the corner. 3, number 14 for Avon, and Avon will take a timeout. It is a full timeout, and we will quickly step aside. Orioles, the only thing that's slowing them down right now is a timeout. They lead by 16 on ISC and MyIndy TV. Retirement living doesn't have to be expensive. Welcome to Encore, 55-plus boutique apartments, offering resort-style amenities for independent adults at normal apartment rates, not inflated independent living prices. Encore offers full service without high prices. We offer easy move and easy lease programs. Visit liveencore.com or call 317-570-1422 to schedule your tour. Don't wait, we're leasing up.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim. Six of them.
Let us thank our fantastic ISC Sports Network crew. Thank you to Becca Kelly, Eldon Wheeler, Aaron Scheibelhut. Thank you also, of course, to Jordan Shue and Wes Wolf, alongside Jan Bozier, Greg Rakestraw with you. Peyton Jones, yes, sir. He's got 17. He usually doesn't score 17 for Danville.
Well, let's see what kind of run that Danville can put together out of that timeout. They made a run last in the first half when they got down.
And Jones with a steal. McCray then bumps him. That's the third foul on McCray. Fifth team foul.
Just taking a wild guess. I'm guessing Jones may be playing the best game of the season. Just taking a wild guess.
McCray taking a moment to collect himself. McMahon does not get the roll. Good rebound by Walker.
Yeah, and the thing that Avon has really done throughout this whole game, Greg, I think has really been competitive on the boards.
And not an overly tall Avon team, but clearly a very physical team. Very similar to what we said about Bloomington South, the game that you and I had last night, Jan.
We've seen some really good basketball the last couple nights.
And a reach-in foul here on Jones. And frankly, it's if you're down to trailing by 13, that's just the second foul you committed this half. It's not a bad idea to kind of give a few fouls now, or if you feel you've got a foul to some line, you can do that.
And you also know you can be a little more physical right now, too, because you got fouls to give. So pick up the physicality of this game.
Little four-corner spread leads to a good look from three, and Walker connects again.
I'm just thinking you may not want to continue to leave him open in that corner.
15 threes for Avon. Almost triple what they make on a nightly basis. Ward, good look that rattles home. Ward's got 7.
But Danville can't keep trading threes for twos.
Gray, not that time, and McMahon the rebound. Again, Danville is a team that is equipped to come back from 14 points down. Watch McCray and McMahon. They're kind of getting a little chippy.
They are having a little internal battle there.
9 for Ward, and the lead is down to a dozen.
It's going to be a big basket right here for Avon. You're starting to feel Danville sniffing the fact they got to really pick this up to close it out to get a win.
Walker again. Same result.
I'm just taking another wild guess. You got to quit leaving him alone in the corner.
11 for Walker, his third 3. So 3 different players have 3 threes or more for Avon. Fullwider can't get it to go, but Ward does what he does. He gets the rebound, but couldn't make the shot. And then Davis is fouled on the potential fast break attempt, and immediately Fullwider offers his hand to help him up. Pats in the back exchanged. Jones will have his seat. To give you an idea of Jones's night, he had 22 points all year before tonight's game.
Yeah.
He had made 7 field goals all year. He has made 6 tonight.
But, you know, it's those types of players that can really elevate you in a tournament play. Playing their best ball at the end. No.
Some teams deviate when they get a lead. Like, I'm going to slow it down. Not Avon. Oh, no.
I've seen a lot of threes. But not since Rick Matt have I seen that many made in the corner. And he didn't have a three-point shot.
All right, the most I have heard made in the game this year is 23. That was Northridge. Ruggles got fouled. I think Benton Central knocked home 19 in a game last night. I'm going to double check. I've got him at 16 currently for Avon.
Yeah, you're right.
So Gray commits the foul, his second.
And as long as Avon just continues to do that, we talked about before, you can't catch up twos for threes.
They're at 16 threes. 17.
Well,
Ruggles gets to go.
You have 17, I have 16. Is that what you got? We'll go with you.
I'll count again. 17.
Okay. Story of my life, 1-0.
Ruggles is 6 of 6 in the line. He's got a dozen. 79-63.
Still plenty of time. Can Danville find it inside of them? You got to make some stops.
Davis, make it 18. His third three, he's got 13.
You might want to save some of these for the tournament, I'm just saying.
54 points on three-pointers tonight for the Orioles. And a 19-point lead midway through the fourth quarter. Ruggles, 2 does not go. And Avon is having a meteoric offensive night.
You mentioned early on how many players they've had out of the lineup, and then to put together a game like this.
McMahon commits the foul. So let's go over this again. I've got McCray with 6 threes, Davis with 3 threes, Eck with 3 threes, Gray with 2, Walker with 3, and Pepper with 1.
Well, in order to get a great percentage of threes like they're doing, you've got to have good spacing, good ball rotation, because a lot of these threes, they're just getting superb looks.
1-3-1 zone. Eck left alone and scores it. Eck with 20. McCray with 25. Eck with 20. And again, we've had a good crowd here tonight, almost as good as we have seen in a game this year, and it is awfully quiet.
They are stunned. Stunned. I'm stunned. Not the fact that I didn't think Avon was a pretty good ball club. They're just doing things tonight that they have not done all year long.
Dawson, the triple. He's got 14. Well, the 66 is kind of about what you expect from Danville. It's the 84 on the other side that is the big story. And for all the threes that Avon has made, as Ward gives a foul, Avon might be done with threes at this point. It might be layup time with 3 minutes left to play.
I think right now you just secure the victory, whatever that takes. You need to just run as much clock as you can, move the ball. Danville's already used all kinds of energy the first time around getting back in this.
41 points. Oh, Walker's not done shooting them. But Eck, the rebound, and Walker just couldn't hang on to it.
You know what the thing I like? Obviously with the lead it's easy to do this, but Avon has played loose this whole game. And you can just tell their body language. They're having some fun. Basketball's supposed to be fun. It's really easy to have fun when you got 84 points. I get it.
And 1 for Fullwider. He's got double figures. He becomes the 4th different Danville player. It double dips. Davis commits the foul.
But look at the confidence that you build when you're playing like this. Now you're going into this sectional like you talked about going, guys, if we play like this, we can beat anybody.
Tonight's game presented by Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender, Indiana's hometown mortgage lender. For all your home purchase and refinance needs, contact Bailey & Wood, 317-535-4804. Davis on the attack. That does not go, but he'll get 2 free throws. And this is 84 points for Avon. Davis's free throws will be the 6th and 7th they've taken in the game. Tonight's game has been a service of Endeavor Communications, proud to support our local community with the fastest internet around for homes, businesses, and education. Find out more at weendeavor.com. And great that we can bring our friends at Endeavor Communication to this game on My Indy TV. We broadcast a lot of games featuring the kind of the smaller schools in the Endeavor family. Putnam County, Morgan County, Owen Valley High School. Davis misses them both.
Well, regardless, if you're Danville, what the score is right now, what Coach Barber's looking for is for them just to finish strong.
No connection that time for Dawson.
They've spent a lot of energy.
Yep.
They're probably about on E on the gas tank.
Basket cut by Eck and scores it again. 22 for the sophomore. 45 second half points for Avon. And then Ruggles lost the handle. And McCray, Davis couldn't hang on to it, touched it last. 8th Avon turnover. Jones and Stevens will check in. Dawson and Ruggles will check out.
They cut their turnover total in half tonight, and that's been big because they've really never interrupted their flow much. Just have had a great flow all game long with their offense.
3 is good for McMahon. He's got 5. But it's a 14-point game with under 90 seconds to play. I want to thank Amy Harvey here at Danville for having us out tonight. Best of luck to both these two teams come postseason time. There is a chance we could see the Orioles when it comes to the regional. Foul on the floor. Free throws coming for Krishan McCray on the 1 plus the bonus here on the 7th Danville team foul.
When you look at the 72 by Danville, and that's a really good offensive night for them. You know, pretty much right on cue for what they put up game after game. And their defense has not been bad. They ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
Tonight's game presented in part by Ball State University, committed to a bright future. And it includes you. Schedule a virtual visit and continue your journey to a fulfilling career and a meaningful life. bsu.edu/visit Ball State. We fly.
You know, much like we've seen Bloomington South last night, they just were not going to lose that game. They just had that type of game. Avon has had that type of game tonight.
Usually when you say one of those nights, it's a negative connotation. Not tonight. It was one of those nights for Avon.
Wow, what a fun game.
Some folks are here to scout tonight's game. They've seen enough. The Greencastle staff just walked by us. They had a great year. And this is not exactly an overly busy night, so a lot of opposing coaches are elsewhere this evening.
Yeah, the tip of the hat once again to the officials. This is no easy game to officiate, and they just did a phenomenal job.
And McCray is fouled. We'll go back to the line to try the bonus again. And again, if you're Danville, I think this is one I'm not sure you even watch this tape. Just on to the next one. I think Crawfordsville is a good team.
Yeah, you really got to put all your focus now to Crawfordsville and the tournament.
Free throw for McCray is good. 26 for Krishan.
Coach Barber knows that. He's been around. He's been on the other side of these, so he knows what it's like to have that game where you just do everything right.
Pull up 3, good by Fullwider. He's got 14, but Avon does not need to inbound the basketball again, and they won't. Eck realizes that night is over with. It was Avon's night this evening. The Orioles will head in with a second straight win going to the postseason. 87 points, by far the most they've scored in a game this year. They defeat Danville 87-75. Post-game coverage comes your way next on ISC and MyNDTV.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back to the home of the Danville Warriors tonight, though. Avon was paying rent, 87-75. They beat Danville. Again, Avon jumped out to a 14-point first-half lead. It was 2 at halftime. Avon answered, pushed to 16, and Danville never seriously threatened in the fourth quarter. It was one of those nights where Avon was knocking down everything.
Boy, did they ever. And I tell you, go back clear to that first period where you couldn't have asked for a better start to this ball game.
Again, it's going to take us a while to make sure we have the accurate count. We've got Avon with 18 made threes in tonight's game. Time for our first of many post-game pieces of hardware to hand out. We'll start with our good hands in the game, brought to us by Ryan Owens of Allstate Insurance. Hey, basketball fans, do business with a basketball guy. 2 locations in Indianapolis to better serve you. You're always in good hands with Ryan Owens and Allstate. Call today, 317-865-3000. Great night for Peyton Jones. He had 22 points on the season for Danville. He had 17 tonight, and that was of the many assists that Tyler Dawson had, the most flair he had on one of those this evening.
Well, you know, there were a lot of positives, and by far he was, I think, the most positive piece of Danville tonight.
We'll take this quick timeout. More post-game coverage with you until 9 o'clock. Presented by Endeavor Communications. You're watching the ISC Sports Network and MyIndy TV.
At Ball State University, it's our responsibility to prepare you for anything. What we know about adversity is that we do not choose the time, but we do choose the response. We form a powerful bond among students, faculty, staff, and alumni with a deep desire to learn, to teach, to grow, to thrive, to fly. At Ball State University, with beneficence as our guide, we fly.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Oh, baby! That got me awake!
The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play.
The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Tonight's game on ISC and MyIndy TV is brought to you in part by IMCU. At IMCU, it's you that matters. By the City of Carmel, proud supporters of the Greyhounds. By Ball State University, schedule a virtual visit at bsu.edu/visit. And by the City of Lawrence. Visit lawrenceindiana.com. Food worth the trip.
Back at Danville High School, this one was a blur in terms of the amount of points they scored and the pace of play of tonight's game. A little over an hour and 10 minutes to play this one, and 162 points were scored during that time. That's what happens when Avon hits 18 threes in tonight's game. Krishan McCray had 6, Josh Davis had 3, Daniel Eck had 3, Andrew Gray had 2, Nick Walker had 3, and Timmy Pepper hit 1 as well. Again, this is a team that was missing a couple of key players tonight, and Avon did not miss a beat.
Well, I tell you, coaches will say next guy up, hey, it's your opportunity to shine, and boy, did they ever.
And again, if you're Danville, now you worry about a very good sectional at Frankfort. For Avon, you drew the bye. You are off until you get to Friday night. And again, all roads point to kind of, hey, can you beat Plainfield in that sectional? Avon got beaten in overtime by Plainfield to start the season. Have a victory over Brownsburg back in December. And if you're Avon, your thought is, hey, simply, boys, if you play like you did tonight, you got a chance against anybody.
Now 2 in a row for Avon. How could your confidence not be at its peak? I would think so.
Avon and Danville, the regular season is in the past tense for each of these two teams. We'll take one more break. When we come back. Player of the game, play of the game. We'll talk about our very busy upcoming schedule. It all comes your way next on ISC and MyNDTV.
The new year is almost here, and it's time to count down to a new beginning at Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is Indiana's best higher education value, offering flexibility, career-relevant programs, and thousands of courses, including online options. Complete a degree or certificate and start working right away, or transfer your credentials and credits and save thousands on the cost of a bachelor's degree. Wherever you're headed in 2021, Ivy Tech is the place to start. Classes begin in January. Complete a free application today.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Oh, baby! That got me awake!
The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play.
The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah. Was
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Back for the final time tonight, and back for the final time this regular season. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you here on ISC and MyNDTV, presented by Endeavor Communications. Avon wins this one and really led from almost the start of this game. The threes never stopped going in for Avon. They connect on 18 of them. Jan, your final thoughts on this one?
One word for me, wow. What else? I don't need to say anything. If you watch this game, that was amazing.
Danville averages 76 a game. They nearly got that. Avon averages 58 a ball game. Completely different animal for the Avon Orioles tonight. Time for our player of the game, brought to us by Ivy Tech Community College. Check out the most affordable way to earn your college degree and start a high-paying career at ivytech.edu. Krishawn McCray had 15 of his 26 in the opening quarter, but he was the catalyst, he was the spark for Avon's outstanding play tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He really got Avon off to a great start, and it just seemed like everybody fed off of him.
Our play of the game belongs to the other young man that finished with over 20 points tonight, and that would be Daniel Eck, the 6'4 sophomore. Our play of the game presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine, inspired by your competitive spirit. The bump, I wouldn't call that an official dunk, but it's an and one. That's what matters most, and what a night for the lefty.
That was the closest shot he hit all night. Short of that, everything was 20-plus feet.
He had 3 threes as well, did Eck, and again, kind of had a rough landing. Thankfully, he popped back up. He matched his uniform number with his point total this evening in our play of the game presented by Franciscan Health Sports Medicine. So with that, it is now time for our upcoming schedule, which is presented by Sozo U Natural Health. They provide natural health consultations, products, and services to their clients. It's their mission to help equip their clients with natural health options, help them achieve their health goals. Located in Crawfordsville, like them on Facebook. Find out more info at sozou.com. First of all, tomorrow on the ISC Sports Network, we have got a Marian University doubleheader for you. It is college football season at the small college level all the way up to what was the 1AA or now the FCS level. Marian plays Taylor tomorrow at 1. Marian won their season opener 2 weeks ago. It was a nail-biter, 69-12. They got by Trinity International. Taylor will provide a better test tomorrow. Scott McCauley and Zach Graves have that one for you. at iscsportsnetwork.com. Then at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, it is the men's semifinals in the Crossroads League tournament, Marion and Mount Vernon Nazarene. Earlier tonight, in the women's version of that game, Marion won 87-75. They began that game with a 31-7 lead. Marion will host either Indiana Wesleyan or Taylor in the women's championship game Monday night, again on iscsportsnetwork.com. Jan and I will have the call of that one, and it's fitting we bring that up here since Ella Collier's All-Star jersey is on the wall next to us. What a freshman season she's having at Marion.
No doubt about it. Marion is such a fun team to watch. I'll tell you, regardless who they play, it should be a really good ball game.
Again, that'll be Monday night at 7 o'clock. Jan and I will have that one for you from the PE Center. And not next weekend, but the weekend after, Marion already knows they are hosting the NAIA Regional. Marion will have to play just one game and win that one. There you see Ella next to former Purdue Boilermaker Travis Carroll, who led the Warriors to the semi-state back in 2010. The Indiana All-Stars from Danville High School over the years. Again, Marion has to win one game to make the national tournament. That'll be March 12th and 13th. We'll talk more about that as we get closer. Again, next week, we will be locked in on MyNDTV and the IHSAA Champions Network on the sectional at Tech. Number 3 LN, number 4 Cathedral, number 7 Warren Central, number 10 Crispus Attucks, and LC and North Central aren't exactly bad teams. Tech's over 500 too. So 7 teams north of 500 in that sectional. My goodness, Jan, what do you expect?
Yeah, it's completely loaded as it is most years, and I'll tell you, well, you can put on about your hand how many possibility combinations will be come that final game Saturday.
It was LN last year that won it, and their path last year, similar to this year, they had to beat LC, the county runner-up, a top 5 team. They had to beat Attucks, the city champ, and then beat Warren Central for a second time. Again, whoever wins between Cathedral and LN will then be the favorite for the rest of the sectional, but they know it will not be easy. Also have to win 3 times in 4 nights. I've been so lucky the last several years. That's kind of been the sectional. I've been able to hang around. Looking forward to doing that one. Now, for the fans of these 2 teams, you have great sectionals too. Danville's going up to Frankfort to play there. Again, very balanced sectional. Danville has been the favorite over the years. They've got competition this year. Avon will be the underdog in their own sectional. Given how they play tonight, they do this, they can hang with anyone.
Let me tell you something. All the other teams in Avon sectional right now are all calling each other. Did you see Avon tonight? I guarantee it.
We'll see if they left some threes from next Friday. For Jan Bozier and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Tonight's game presented by Endeavor Communications. We're so thankful you joined us tonight and all season long. Postseason starts Tuesday. We'll be there at Tech for Tech and Attucks at 7 o'clock. Be sure to join us then. Thanks for watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Oh, baby! That got me awake.
The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play. The lob underneath, and if you don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12. You are one of the most disgusting people.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest. Ernest Goes to Camp.